Hi, good afternoon. This is Grateful Prof. Cog. I'm glad to have you watching this video today. I'm so glad. So, let's discuss something today very briefly. How do you deal with failure? You see, I tried this video, let me say 15 times if I'm not mistaken, and it did not turn out to be what I wanted. I had to keep deleting it till I get out this, till I came to this. So, now what if I stopped? And I'm like, oh God, this is not working. And that means I can't do it. Then I think I'm a failure. Hope you get a definition of failure from that. Now, because you feel that a particular event doesn't make you a failure. Yes, you try doing something, you make an attempt in doing something, and it does not work for you, it doesn't make you a failure. The moment you stop trying, that moment you become a failure. Do you get the distinction? Now, you there that is actually becoming discouraged in a particular thing. Can I tell you something? You actually have a potential of making influence than someone who has never failed in that particular act. Now, this is what I'm saying. You are going to be more knowledgeable in that particular event that you failed at doing than someone who never failed. You know what I realized of recent? I realized that most time failure humbles us to see the better part of life. Yes, failure humbles us because most times we feel we've arrived. Most times we feel we are now the ideal person. Most times we feel we can do it the ideal way already. And this is one thing that failure tries to correct. This is one stereotype that failure tries to correct. Yes, the moment you fail, you sit up and you're like, wow, so I could actually feel like this thing. That means something is actually wrong. Not everyone will think this way. Only people who have the mindset of succeeding would think this way. Only people who have the mindset of being excellent would think this way. Other people would set themselves a standard with failure. Now, that's the difference between you and them. Now, you don't want to give up. I think I can tell you something that's going to make you to give it a pause, try this, and then know if you're still going to give up or you're not going to give up. Now, this is it. I think writing down stuffs help you a lot. We learned about being spontaneous in our last video, and we saw that planning yourself ahead time is going to help you a great deal in organizing yourself. Now, in that book you want to use to plan yourself and organize yourself, when you look at yourself, you look at your day and see how your day have gone. You look at the semester, you see how your semester have gone, a year, and you see how a year have gone, and you record your failures. You record attempts you try and you didn't succeed at. I think it is going to be very valuable when you also write down solutions. Think out solutions that you think that might work towards achieving those things. Now, there is no 1% probability or 100% probability that you are going to be at your best after writing down the solution. It only means you try things in different ways and find out mistakes to avoid next time when you have the opportunity to do that particular thing. It only means that you have something to tell people who want to go that way and work exactly the same path that you've chosen. You can turn your failures to testimony. Yes, you can turn your failures to testimony. People out there are trying, and people out there doesn't even have the idea that, see, this thing is only gonna work when you do it this way. Now, you that have that idea and you're planning to give up because you tried something, you're gonna be very selfish to yourself and to your generation because you've gotten what it takes to avoid a particular mistake. Now, you don't stop at that particular thing or that particular level because you failed at it. Write down those failures. Look for solutions to it. Work with the solutions you've written down. If the solutions don't work, write it down and tell yourself the truth while they not work. Try to be very practical with yourself. And that way, you find out that somehow you self-develop yourself. Somehow you're better than the person you were yesterday because you don't make the same mistake you made yesterday. So this is what I think. Friends are not enough to define you as a failure. You define yourself as a failure. The moment you give up, that moment you become a failure. So I think this is something you're going to try out this week. Start recording those things that you tried doing and it did not work. As you record them, think out solutions on how to make them work next time. Try it and then come back and give us a rundown on how it went. Let's know if we're making progress. But if it did not work, it's gonna help us to analyze and see how best we can help people out there who are trying to do something and it's not working and they're trying to give up or they've even given up. So hello there. Don't give up yet. You're not a failure. The moment you keep trying, that moment you find out several ways of doing that thing in the right way. Go and ask Thomas Edison if you think I'm lying. Come back and say thank you. Have a nice day.